All right, guys, you have to bear with me in this one. I'm going to be all over the place because I am actually filming for the very first time in my new apartment. I'm in the basement and I'm not so sure which or where is the best position to actually shoot. But I said to myself, I'm just going to go ahead and do this anyway. I'm going to put my camera. Definitely, I'm going to be, getting the best position as time goes on. If you have been following this channel for quite a long time, pretty much realize that I normally record my videos in a warehouse, but ever since I got this new apartment, there was a basement attached to it, and I felt like, sometimes why not actually, set up the camera while you are just at home. I set up a very nice monitor here, kind of a workstation where I can also edit my videos, post eBay offers in it days. I did not feel like going to the warehouse, and this is exactly one of those days. And I felt like, okay, there's this video I saw on YouTube, and I feel like I should actually go ahead, briefly reply to it. It is a planned video of no script. I'm just going to be all over the place, like I said. So please pardon me, all right? I keep seeing this over and over and again, resellers, quitting YouTube, because if you have been in this game for quite a while, you pretty much understand that a lot of resellers, tend to combine content creation along with their hustle. The idea is you just have to look for, different ways to make money. These are different, income sources. Selling on eBay or whatever platform you sell on is an income source. And if you decide to also do content creation on your side, it's ideally another income source. Of course, this is not the only two income sources. Some people drive Uber, some people drive Lyft, some people do food delivery, all just to make ends meet. Of course, every now and then you tend to see some resellers who quitted YouTube because of so many reasons. I get it. I have been there so many times. I have also felt like quitting because at the end of the day, everything boils down to how much time you actually have to do all these things. But the fact that these income sources don't work, as a matter of fact, YouTube does work. People make a lot of money on YouTube. I have heard of resellers, making even more money, doing YouTube videos than even reselling. Say, of course, eBay as an income source also works. I sell on eBay, and I also run a YouTube channel, not one or two, but three. And I can tell him for free that, look, the money I make from selling on eBay is way more than what I make from, making YouTube videos as of today. I do not know, perhaps that's going to change in the future, because when I do the math, I see that there are people, resellers in this street that actually does, do a lot of, videos pretty much every day, sometimes 2-3 videos a day, and they get a lot of views. When I do the math, at that point, money you make from making YouTube content pretty much be more than what you make from selling on eBay. But if you are a small YouTuber, you pretty much get like a few hundred views from your videos. You have very small subscriber base. Do not expect to make a killing. At that point, you are better off if you focus on your reselling, the activity that you do on reselling, which is, buying inventories, cleaning them, listing them. You are better off spending your time on that. I can't really get the reseller's name right now, but this is what I was saying that, though, I am done with YouTube. It's not just paying off. Perhaps he has also done the math, and he has seen that content creation involves a lot of work. This is something that people do not tend to talk about. It involves a lot of work, and most times you have to do this work for a very, very long time. And for some people, this might be a little bit of a problem, because if you are reselling on the side, you have perhaps a full-time job or even a part-time job, you have a family, and you want to juggle all these things together, man, one of them is going to suffer. Either you are no longer going to be available for your family, or your reselling business is going to suffer, in which case, if you are, focusing your attention on making YouTube videos, your reselling is going to suffer. Perhaps your availability in the family is going to suffer. If you're not careful, it could be a major source of problem between you and your significant other. If you are married or if you even have kids, you will be realizing that you are either, looking out for some video ideas, shooting a video, trying to get different angles for your video, trying to edit the videos and even posting the videos. And if you're not careful, if you get caught up in this, the YouTube analytics thing where you tend to always scroll on your phone to see if you have new subscribers, they go view your videos or new comments, try to reply to this comment. If you are not careful, it's going to be a full-time job. It's going to eat up your time, and to make matters worse, if you are not monetized, you are just going to realize that you are spending a lot of time, trying to do these things that's going to pay you in the future. There's no doubt about that. It's going to ultimately pay off in the future. There are just so many benefits that you get from making content. You're going to be a better speaker. You're going to be a better presenter. You're going to be a better, editor. You're going to be a better, cameraman and stuff like that. And ultimately, if your channel gets to be monetized, you are supposed to make money from what you put out there, from the content you make, the short content, the long form content. You are going to make money from it. But the thing is, this is something that's probably going to happen in the future. This is where the problem is. You do not have a lot of time to do all this. You are pretty much going to realize quickly that, look, sometimes you have to actually, think about the things that are most important to you. According to this, reseller, YouTuber that just quit. This is not the last. Of course, a lot of people are still going to quit. He suddenly realized that he no longer has time for his family. And of course, family is first. According to him, he has to prioritize his family, and he also has to prioritize his eBay business. See, I have been there, like I said. I can tell you that if you prioritize your family and your eBay business, you are going to be better off. You say, do not sacrifice your family or your eBay business for YouTube, because the truth is, your eBay is going to bring more money to you. You're going to get a better position, because if you are fortunate to, buy, let's say 20 computers but cheap, they are ultimately going to sell. You do not have to be, monetized to sell on eBay. There's no kind of requirements. All you have to do is to open an account, have an email address or have a residential address that you can use to, open your account. And the day you list an item on eBay, you stand a chance to sell that item, because they'll come to the platform to buy. They're not going to take a look and see how good you are with your content creation or how long have you been making content. They are just going to consider the fact that the items they are looking for is right there and is going for cheap. And if the condition of the item is good, you are ultimately going to sell it. This is not the case with YouTube. YouTube, people do not care. People could be very, very merciless. You could go ahead and spend 10 hours making a very good video. The YouTube algorithm buries it. Nobody sees it. Nobody appreciates it. Nobody clicks on the video. And the 10 hours you have spent making that video can be pretty much referred to as gone. Of course, like I said, this is something that you're going to reap in the future. But at that material point in time, if you had put in 10 hours of your time doing, eBay or, spending time with your family, you are better off, because if you focus on eBay, for example, you are ultimately going to get items that will sell, and you will get returns for those items almost immediately. See, in the items are bought, the competition has not broken that link. You can pretty much go ahead and sell your items for quick and keep the money in your pocket. Unlike, making YouTube videos or TikTok videos, it takes a long time. You need to be skilled at what you are doing. And most times you have to pretty much pick up these keys very slowly over a very long period of time. Sometimes, if you are not careful, you might be burnt out, you might be frustrated because putting a lot of time and you are not seeing, the corresponding result. But from what I could gather from this video, I was trying to take a look at the name, but I do not know. I'm just going to keep a link to this channel in this, video description. Feel free to click on it and watch the video for yourself. But from what I can gather from this, from this, eBay seller, content creator or YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, is that I think, this is just my opinion, I might be wrong, that this content creator, that this reseller is actually overthinking the process of making reselling related content on YouTube. See, it happened to me in the beginning. I really thought I had to come to, to the camera. I had to come out here, on camera, looking very, very professional. I will spend like 10, 12 hours just making one YouTube video, just me trying to show people what I do. I will try to script the video. I will try to look for the best content ideas. Look, this is not a a fault or a mistake that is typical to this, content creator or reseller. This is part of a bad messaging out there on YouTube. Because most of the gurus, they tell you that you have to make relevant content, you have to search for trends, you have to see what's working. And because of that, if you're not careful, if you continue to think the process of making videos, if you're not careful, you can easily, give 10, 15 hours just making one video. And if you know how YouTube works, you ever going to blow up just making one video? Of course, some people do blow up, but this is not the norm. This is pretty much an anomaly. If you blow up just making the very first video, sometimes you have to make hundreds of videos, sometimes 200 videos, sometimes 300 videos, 150 videos for the YouTube algorithm to finally see you and even give you a little bit of traffic or impression. See, if you complicate the process, I'm telling you, you are not going to be able to get to that sweet spot, which is like the 150 videos before the YouTube algorithm begins to understand what kind of content you are trying to make. If you complicate this process, which is constantly looking for the best diet, the best title, the best thumbnails. Guys, I pretty much stopped making YouTube thumbnails, like, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. If you ever see me making thumbnails, it's just because of the fact that I had time to do that. Otherwise, I do not care anymore, because I realized that the more complicated the process of making video is, the more stressful it becomes. Especially when the channel in this case don't even monetize. Why do you have to spend so much time doing this? You are better off if you put this time, selling physical products on YouTube, products on eBay, on Facebook, or any other, similar platform. Of course, if you complicate this process, you are pretty much going to end up the way of this content creator, which is say that, look, I no longer have time for my family. My eBay business is suffering. This is the business that actually it should be at the front burner. It should be my topmost priority, because without the eBay side of things, there are no YouTube videos. Why should it be that I actually spend so much time, filming different angles, trying to, create the WhatsApp videos at the expense of the YouTube business? Luckily enough, this YouTuber or this reseller is able to, retrace his step and say, look, I'm going to focus on this eBay because I've got inventories, I've got things to list, I've got items to pick up, I've got, items to ship out. I'm going to focus on that, make sure that this business takes off. And I'm also going to spend my time with my family, because at the end of the day, without the eBay side of things or without YouTube, if you have your family, you are ultimately better off. If you have, a family that loves you, a family that supports you, that believes in you, you are ultimately better off. Of course, this might not be the end of this eBay seller, YouTuber, because one funny thing about YouTube is that the day you make a negative video, you tell the YouTube system, I'm giving up. This is something I have noticed over and over and again. Now, pretty much you watching this video, you must have also noticed that the day you make a negative video, that day your channel blows up. I do not know why the YouTube algorithm makes it so wait for people to almost burn out and even come out to say, you know what, I am training it away, I'm giving up. And that very day, the video goes ahead to blow up. It's exactly the same for this eBay seller, content creator. He had been making videos for pretty much over a year, and the video tends to get 300 views, 100 views, 200 views, 50 views. And now, this video of him coming out to say, look, I'm giving up on this, I'm closing my YouTube channel. I just checked, as at now, the 14th day of November 2025, that video is already sitting at over 1,000 views, and I pretty much feel like if videos will blow up, they'll kind of, drag the content creator, reseller, back to this platform. I don't know why it happens like that, but I'm going to say that yes, YouTube is a very potent income source, like I said in the beginning of this video. If you play your cards very well, if you stop overtaking the process of making videos, you are going to be better off for it. You can actually manage this very demanding task, which is having a reselling business, having a family, also having a YouTube channel. You can actually manage there side by side. All boils down to time management and giving priorities to the things that require priority, and also pretty much stop overcomplicating the process of making videos. I saw in a comment on his video, a woman was actually saying that, look, we enjoy your videos the way they are. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to give us the best camera angles. You do not have to spend time thinking or trying to come up with the best titles. Create the videos the way they come to you. In fact, the time at which you receive an idea and you making the video and posting it, if it is longer than 30 minutes to 45 minutes, you are doing something wrong. I'm telling you because I have watched so many videos on YouTube and I see resellers, content creator burning out, closing their accounts. You check a content creator, the last time a video was posted was over 6 months ago, and I can pretty much tell that, look, these guys with bunters wouldn't manage all these things. If you do not have an editor, you do not have somebody helping you, and you have a demanding eBay business, you had a family that still needs you, and you are trying to put in a lot of effort that is out of the normal effort that's required to make YouTube videos, you are doing something wrong. I hope this video helps you because I understand that there are a lot of resellers watching this content, also trying to make YouTube videos. The best advice I can give to you is, look, if you have a camera or you have a phone, bring it out, record wherever you have to record. Do not care how the lighting looks. Do not care how the sound looks. Do not care how the camera perspective or the angle looks. Send out your message, post it on YouTube, and reduce the time which you use in making YouTube videos to the barest minimum. Spend time with the people that you love. And if you still have time left, 10 more time, in making your eBay business work. This is the best way to go that will ensure that you do not get burnt out. Hope this video helps you. If it does, please do me a favor. Go ahead and click on the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Until I see you again the next time in the warehouse, possibly. Peace out.